All right, here with Dustin Poirier. I mean, Dustin, you're here, for Bellator. We're used to seeing you here for the UFC. You're fighting. You're with your corner for Sabah Hamasi. I mean, how good does it feel to be, cornering and just, supporting your teammates?
Feels good, man. But I'm always involved somehow, whether it's back home in Louisiana, cornering my buddies who we train, when I'm back home, and or helping out with guys like Sabah. Sabah's a really good guy, hard worker, and a guy who's helped me in the past few camps. He's, he'll drop everything and come to spar, come to wrestle. Just a good teammate. Those are the kind of people you want to be around, the kind of people you want on your team. So I got to repay the favor, and I came out to help him close out his training camp, and of course corner him here this weekend.
And so, you have Valerie Loretta fighting too. I mean, just American Top Team, you always hear with these big gyms that you don't, from the smaller gyms, that you don't get the special time. It's not tight knit. American Top Team seems like one of the most tight knit gyms in my mind. I mean, speak on that.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much talent in the room, and you're right. You're not going to get. It's not going to be like you're not building a camp around yourself in that sense. But the coaches there are very hands-on, and there's so many coaches. There's a few kickboxing coaches, a couple strength and conditioning coaches, a couple wrestling coaches, a couple boxing coaches. So like, it's not just like one guy who's the mastermind of the gym. There's so many coaches, and kind of you're able to gravitate towards who you want to work with and what styles you want. And they all come together and put things together, and we all train together when it's group class time. But it's not for everybody. Some people don't like the super gym feel. We just whatever works for you. But being there as long as I have, and training with the guys that I do train with and the coaches I do train under, I mean, I get a lot of one-on-one time.
Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, coming off a huge win with Dan Hooker, Fight of the Year contender, I mean, just like coming back and after a loss versus Habib to get that win, to have it be as massive as it was, I mean, just speak on that.
I mean, obviously it feels great to be back in the win column, to be the victor, get my hand raised, bring back both checks home to my family. But it's just hard work paying off. I lost a big fight against Khabib, probably the biggest fight of my career, to unify the titles. Had a really serious hip surgery, a 5-hour surgery that I couldn't put weight on my leg for 7-8 weeks, and a lot of rehab. It was a long road back just to be able to start a training camp, much less go through the training camp. But I persevered, pushed forward, had a great camp, and put on a great performance against Hooker. The guy was game, showed up. We put on a great fight. I'm very proud of the whole journey to that fight, and also the fight itself.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, just you as a fighter, no one's ever questioned your, how much you love this sport, how much it means to you. But I think after the Habib loss, we saw, just how much that hurt. It was personal, just how much that hurt. You felt like it was your time to go through that, and just that low to now that win versus Dan Hooker. I mean, what does it make that win feel even better?
Yeah, it feels great. Every win feels great. I was really low after the Khabib fight. I worked hard. I worked my whole life to get to that point, and I made a huge mistake and paid for it. You can't do that against the best in the world, and hopefully I take that with me moving forward. And I've never lost 2 fights in a row in my career, and I credit that to being able to adapt and evolve and get better. I hold myself accountable for when I make mistakes, whether it be in fighting or in life, and I try not to do those things again. And that's what it's about. It's just growth.
Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, you've talked about that. You want the big fights. You want, and you're in the position to have that. A Tony Ferguson, a Conor McGregor, a rematch versus Habib. I mean, what's next for you? Has the UFC talked to you, or have you been just taking time off?
Yeah, I had to heal up. I had a couple of injuries. Took a week vacation with my family, but I've been back training now a few weeks, and just to see what's next. It's no rush. I'm gonna take my time. I know the next one will be a big one. Whether it's Tony, I'm just kind of waiting on the UFC to give me a call and let me know what's up. I'm the next in line now with the ranking, with the win over the current interim champ. So we'll see what happens. If Justin goes out there and wins the fight, I think the rematch makes a lot of sense. I also think the Conor fight makes a lot of sense. I'm down for a big fight, or a fight that's gonna work for my legacy. Something like that. But I don't want to just fight just to fight. I've been doing this for a long time. I have 26 fights with the company or something like that. It needs to mean more than just another fight. Like, I don't want it to just be a paycheck thing. I want it to really mean something.
Yeah, and how important is legacy to you?
I'm on the back 9 of my career. I'm still a young man. I'm 31, but I've been doing this a long time. I have 40 something fights in mixed martial arts, and I just want the last years to be my best years, and put on some great fights, and I want them to mean something. So the next 3-4 years that I do fight, I want to put everything into every fight. Not that I don't. I just want it to mean a lot.
And last one for me, because I know your teammates waiting for you to go beat you in Uno again. But speak on the Good Fight Foundation, because I feel like everyone knows you as a fighter, but they should know you as how charitable you are too.
Yeah, the Good Fight, I'm very proud of. It's something that grew organically with an idea me and my wife had, and the people we've helped, and to go across the world and reach goals in other countries, and it's amazing, and the community and everybody in the public has really got behind us. We're doing some great things in Lafayette, Louisiana. Other fighters are jumping on board now and auctioning off their stuff. My wife and the team just listed Brendan Allen's fight kit, another guy from Louisiana who fought on the same card as me, June 27th. So we're going to do some great stuff with the money we get from that in Louisiana, and I'm just proud to see it catching on, and proud to see to be in a position to be able to do good. It's amazing, man.
And last one for me is just, who really is the king of Louisiana, you or DC?
I mean, you can ask DC. He knows. He knows. He
Awesome,
knows.
man.
Who's the only guy who lives in Louisiana? There you go.
Yeah, take it up with him. All right, thank you.